Hi guys, so welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So I switched rooms. I came out of my sewing room because there's construction going on next door and it's really loud in there. You probably are going to end up hearing it in this video as well in the living room, but I felt like it was a little bit better. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick pattern review on this sweater that I have on. I absolutely love it. I actually got this fabric from Hobby Lobby a few weeks ago, and I love how this turned out. So yeah, if you want to see more about this sweater, go ahead and stick around. So today's pattern review is on McCall's 8144. This is a 2020 pattern, and I believe I've had it since 2020, but I'm just getting around to sewing it. I have seen a few sewists make it and saw views on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and knock this one out because it is definitely a beginner friendly pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the pattern envelope. So it was the girl for me. Like, the one that she has on is the one that I did, which is view A. There are 3 views in this pattern, A, B, and C. And basically it looks like the views just have different sleeve variations. So really love how this one turned out. I actually have the pattern envelope for extra small to extra, extra large. So actually this is all the sizes in one pattern envelope, and I cut a size medium. I actually really like the fit of the medium. I was on the fence. I was thinking about making a large at first, but I was like, you know what? The way it's fit on her, like I felt like I could do a medium because it's not a really super close fitted shirt. So I went with a medium, and I'm glad that I did. I did end up having to make an alteration to the shirt though, because as is the way the pattern comes, it would have been like cropped on me. So I'm gonna like fold it up so you guys can see. This is where it actually was, and I wanted a crop sweater, but I didn't want like crop to where you're going to be able to see. So I actually ended up adding like a cuff at the bottom. So what I did was just measure around the bottom of the sweater and added 3 inches, but then folded it up to 1.5 inch so that I could have basically, like I said, a cuff, and I didn't have to hem it. So that ended up saving me because I was like, oh my gosh, like I really like how it fits, but it's too short. So ended up doing that, and it's perfect. So I know going forward, for sure, I'm going to add 2 inches so then I could just hem it as normal. As far as the sleeves go, this is exactly how the sleeves are. So I would say if you don't have as long as arms as I do, which I have long arms, you're going to have to modify this pattern because it's almost like perfect for me. So when I make it again, because I'm definitely going to make this pattern again, I am still going to extend it just a little bit. I think I'm going to add 1 inch so that it can kind of come down a little bit further. So right now I'm not upset at how it is, but in the future, if I'm going to make that modification, I'm going to change that. So you got 4 pattern pieces. Actually, it's only 12 steps in this pattern, so very beginner friendly. You can knock this out in the afternoon, and it is suggested for knit fabrics. So your 2-way stretches. I got this fabric at Hobby Lobby, and I really love it. I was going to make a dress, but I was like, girl, you just made a leopard dress. Not this exact print, but I was like, just make a sweater. So I'm glad that I make this sweater. I actually wore it to work today and got compliments on how cute it is, and I absolutely love it. I'm definitely going to make a few more. I will say though, for the shirt, for the front of the shirt, it actually has a center seam that I felt like I could have went without. So the back doesn't have a center seam. You can't see it on mine because it's pretty busy, but you can see it on the pattern envelope because she does have a solid. But I think that would be perfect if like you wanted to do a color blocking thing with the sweater. But if you don't, like, save yourself a step and like put it on the fold like you do the back piece. So I'm like, yeah, I could have omitted that. In laying out my pattern pieces, I was like, do I need to do this? And I just did it anyway. I was like, let me just do it the way the pattern calls for it. But in the future, she's going to be doing back piece and front piece on the fold. Other than that, I think I will make a modification to this neckline because, I mean, it's cute, but for me, it kind of hits oddly on my neck. So I think I'm probably just gonna like scoop it down. So I don't want it to be low cut, but like more like crew neck style. So for sure on the second one, alterations that I'm going to make for me is going to be change the neckline to more of a crew neck, add an inch here on my sleeve. I'll add it to the voluminous part of the sleeve and leave the cuff the way it is, and then add 2 inches to the bottom so that it could actually be the crop on me the way it looks on the pattern envelope with a normal like hemming of the bottom. So you can't really tell because it's such a busy print, but I would prefer just like that simple hem at the bottom instead of like this cuff that I have. But overall, I really love how it turned out. I would definitely say get this pattern if you don't have it on the next Joann sale when they're $1.99. Overall, I will say I really like this pattern. Super simple to come together. There's actually only 12 steps, and you can knock it out in a couple of hours. I actually did this really quickly. So this sleeve, again, my print is pretty like busy. It's like a drop sleeve. So I always find that drop sleeves are easier to insert. And I love that look. It looks more like relaxed. And like I said, you guys can knock this out in a couple of hours for sure. I really think that this pattern is one that can be worn in fall, winter, and spring. You can just adjust the knit that you use. So this one is a thicker knit. It's more like a double knit fabric. So it's kind of warm, but I can totally see this pattern made up in a really nice lightweight knit, like a rib knit. And you can definitely wear that in the springtime. But overall, I really love how this pattern turned out. I actually was going to wait to do this pattern review when I made a second one with the modification of the neck, but I'm like sewing a few things right now and I'm like, I gotta move on to something else. So I'll definitely revisit this sweater, and I'll probably just end up doing like a short to show you guys the modification on the second one that I made, because I definitely want a black one. I just feel like this pattern is perfect for a nice black sweater with this sleeve. I just love this sleeve. Oh, another modification. I definitely didn't follow the instructions as far as to gather this like bell in. I actually ended up just pleating my fabric in because this was a thicker knit. I just felt like it'll be quicker for me to pleat in the thickness of the bottom of the sleeve to this cuff as opposed to doing the gathering stitches around and then gathering the fabric in. So if I had a lighter weight knit, I definitely would have done that because it would have been simple, but I just was like, it's not gonna go right. So I actually just took my time and pleated it all around, sewed it all, and then serged around to secure my pleats, and I was fine. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, like I always say, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. But it's a super simple, easy pattern that I think also it should have in their stash. This is one of those easy wins that you can stick in when you just want to do something really quick. I would say definitely pick it up. Also, if you are not subscribed and you love sewing content, go ahead and subscribe. Also, click the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.